This is lesson 29 in module 3. In this lesson, we're going to be solving division problems with 4-digit dividends with remainders using the standard algorithm. Let's start with the problem of 4,325 divided by 3. And we're going to write that in our long division form. And as we've been practicing, we're going to start with the largest place value, which is the thousands. We have 4 thousands there with 3 groups, so that we have enough thousands to put 1 in each group. 1,000 3 times would be 3 thousands, leaving us with 1,000 left, which will decompose into 10 hundreds and add to the 3 hundreds that are already there. So we have 13 hundreds, 3 groups. We can put 4 hundreds in each group. 4 hundreds 3 times is 12, leaving us with 100. That 100 will decompose into 10 tens, add to the 2 tens that are already there, giving us 4 tens. We can put 4 in each group. 4 tens 3 times is 12, meaning we've used all the tens. We still have 5 ones. With 5 ones in 3 groups, we can put 1 in each group. 1 times 3 is 3, leaving us with a remainder of 2. We check that our remainder can't be divided equally among 3 groups, which it can't, so it becomes our remainder. Then we're going to check our division with multiplication and addition. We'll do our quotient 1,441 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 3 again is 12, plus 1 is 13. 1 times 3 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And we'll add in the remainder to get 4,325, which is the dividend we started with. Let's try a different one. Let's write 2,254 divided by 3. We'll write it in long division form. Starting with the largest place value is the thousands. We see we have 2 thousands, but 3 groups. We can't divide 2 thousands equally into 3 groups. So we're going to decompose our 2 thousands into 2 groups of 10 hundreds and add them to the hundreds that are already there. So now we have 22 hundreds. With 22 hundreds, we can put 7 hundreds in each group. 7 times 3 is 21. With 100 left over, we'll decompose it into 10 tens, add it to the 5 tens that are there. We now have 15 tens. 15 tens into 3 groups. We can put 5 in each group. 5 times 3 is 15. We've used up all of our tens. We still have 4 ones. 4 ones in 3 groups. We can put 1 in each group. 1 times 3 is 3. We subtract and we have 1 left over. We check, but we can't divide the 1 equally into 3 groups, so that becomes our remainder. We check with multiplication. 751 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 1 more is 22. Add in the 1 remainder, and we have 2,254, which matches our original dividend. Okay, look at this. Let's look at this to solve a word problem. Ellie bought 2 packs of beads. Altogether, she had 1,254 beads in her 2 packs. If the number of beads in each bag is the same, how many bags are in 3 packs? So let's draw a tape diagram. So we end up with, we want 3 bags or 3 packs of beads. We know in 2 packs is 1,254. And we want to know how many are in 3 altogether. Well, if we know that there's 1,254 in 2 bags, if we divide that in half into 2, we'll know how many beads are in 1 bag. And then we can figure out how many are in 3. So looking at our dividend here, we see we only have 1,000, which we can't divide equally into 2 groups. So we'll decompose it into 10 hundreds. Now we have 12 hundreds. 12 hundreds means we can put 6 in each group. 6 2 times is 12. When we subtract, we've used all our hundreds. We have 5 tens. With 5 tens, we can put 2 in each group, which means that we've used 4 tens. When we subtract, there's 1 10 left, decomposed into 10 ones and added to the 4 ones that are there. We can put 7 ones in each group using 14, and we have no remainder. So we know we have 627 in 1 bag. So if we want to know how many are in 3, we can say 627, and we can multiply by 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And 6 times 3 is 18. So to answer the question, there are 1,881 beads in 3 bags. Okay, let's go on to try some of this with our problem set. So the directions say to divide and then check using multiplication. So pause the video and try A. Okay, we have our dividend and our divisor of 4. We can't divide 1,000 by 4, so we turn that into 16 hundreds. 16 can be divided by 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and we've used all of our hundreds. We have 7 tens. We can put 1 10 in each group, leaving us with 3 tens that we haven't used yet. 3 tens becomes 30 ones, which we add to the 2 ones that are already there. We now have 32 ones. We can put 8 in each group, and we've used all of our ones, so there's no remainder. We check with multiplication. 8 times 4 is 32. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 3 is 7, and 4 times 4 is 16, and we match. Okay, stop the video and try B. $1,578 divided by 4. We can't divide 1,000 by 4, so we turn that into 10 hundreds, add it to the 5 hundreds that are already there. So we have 15 hundreds. We can put 3 in each group, so we've used 12 hundreds. We have 3 left. We'll decompose those into tens and add them to the 7 tens that are there. So we have 37 tens. We can put 9 in each group. 9 times 4 is 36. So we're left with 110, which will decompose into 10 ones and add to the 8 that are there. So now we have 18 ones. So we'd put 4 in each group. We'd have 2 left. We make sure we can't divide 2 equally into 4 groups, which we can't, so that becomes our remainder. And we'll check with multiplication. 4 times 4 is 16. 9 times 4 is 36, plus 1 is 37. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15. And we add the 2 in from the remainder. And we're back to our original dividend. Okay, try C. Okay, we have 6,948 divided by 2. We look at the thousands, and yes, we can divide 6,000 into 2 groups. We can put 3 in each group. So we've used all our thousands. We have 900s. We can put 400s in each group. So we've used 8. We have 100 left. We'll decompose that into tens and add it to the 4 tens that are there. We can put 7 tens in each group. We've used all our tens. We still have 8 ones. We can put 4 in each group. 4 ones 2 times will be 8, and we have no remainder. We'll check with multiplication. 4 times 2 is 8. 7 times 2 is 14. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. And 3 times 2 is 6. And we match up. Okay, try D. 8,949 divided by 4. We check the thousands. Yes, we can put 2 in each group. 2 times 4 is 8. We've used all of our thousands. We have 900s. We can put 2 hundreds in each group. So we've used 8. We have 100 left. We'll decompose it into tens and add it to the 4 that are there. So we have 14 tens. We can put 3 in each group and use 12 tens. We have 2 left. We'll decompose into ones and add it to the 9 that are there. We can put 7 in each group. 7 times 4 is 28. We have a remainder of 1. Let's check. 2,237 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2 is 14. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. 3 times 4 is 8. And we add in the 1 remainder, and we have 8,948, which matches our dividend. Pause the video and try E. 7,569 divided by 2. Start with the thousands. We can put 3 thousands in each group and use 6 thousands. We have 1,000 left, which will decompose into 10 hundreds and add it to the 500s that are there. So we have 15 hundreds. We can put 7 in each group. 7 times 2 is 14. We have 100 left. We'll decompose that into tens and add it to the 6 tens that are already there. So we can put 8 in each group. 8 times 2 is 16. We've used all the tens, but we have 9 ones. We can put 4 ones in each group and use 8. We have 1 left, which we can't divide equally among the 2 groups, so it becomes our remainder. Checking with multiplication and addition, we're going to multiply the quotient times the divisor. 15. 7 plus 1 is 7,569, and we match. Okay, stop the video and try F. Okay, 7,569 divided by 3. Starting with the thousands, we can put 2 in each group. 2 times 3 is 6, which leaves us 1,000, which will decompose into 10 hundreds. Add to the 500s that are there. We now have 15 hundreds, which we can divide equally into 3 groups and use all of our hundreds. We have 6 tens. We can equally divide those into 3 groups with 2 tens in each group, and we use all our tens. We have 9 ones, which we can equally divide into 3 groups and use 9 ones, and we have no remainder. Let's check with multiplication. 3 times 3 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7, and we match. Okay, try G. 7,955 divided by 3, starting with the thousands place, we can put 2 in each group and use 6 thousands. We have 1 left. We'll decompose it into 10 hundreds, add it to the 9 hundreds that are already there. 3 times 6 is 18, so we can put 6 in each group. That will leave us with 100. We'll decompose it into 10 tens and add to the 5 tens that are already there. We can put 5 tens in each group of 3 and use all of them. We have 5 ones left. We can put 1 in each group. 1 in each group, we'll use 3 ones. We have 2 left, which we can't divide equally among 3, so it becomes our remainder. Checking with multiplication and addition. 1 times 3 is 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 1 is 19. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. We're going to add the 2 as a remainder. And we match. Try H. $7,574 divided by 5. Starting with the thousands, there's enough to put 1 in each group. 1,000 into 5 groups, we'll use 5 thousands, leaving us 2, which will decompose into 20 hundreds and add to the 5 hundreds that are already there, giving us 25 hundreds. We can put 5 in each group and use all 25 hundreds. We have 7 tens. We can put 1 in each group using 5 tens, leaving us 2, which will decompose into 20 ones and add to the 4 ones that are already there. We could put 4 in each group and use 20 ones with a remainder of 4. We can't divide the 4 remainder into 5 groups, so it's our remainder, our leftovers. Check with multiplication. 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 2 is 7. 5 times 5 is 25. 1 times 5 is 5 plus 2 is 7. And we add our remainder of 4. And we check. Try I. Okay, we have 7,469 divided by 3. We can put 2 thousands in each group and use 6. We have 1,000 left. We'll decompose into 10 hundreds, add it to the 4 that are there. We can put 4 hundreds in each group and use 12 hundreds. We have 2 left. We'll decompose those into 20 tens, add it to the 6 that are there. 8 times 3 is 24, so we can put 8 in each group, have 2 tens left over, decompose into 21s, add to the 9 that are already there. And we can put 9 ones in each group and use 27 ones with 2 left. And we can't divide the 2 equally into 3 groups, so it becomes a remainder. We'll check with multiplication and addition. 9 times 3 is 27. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 2 is 26. 4 times 3 is 12 plus 2 is 14. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. And we add our remainder and we get 7,469, which matches our dividend. Let's try J. 9,956 divided by 4. Starting with the thousands, we can put 2 thousands in each group and use 8 thousands. We have 1 left. Decompose into 10 hundreds, add it to the 9 that are there. We have 19 hundreds. We can put 4 in each group. 4 times 4 is 16. We have 3 hundreds left. We'll decompose into 30 tens, add to the 5 that are there. Now we have 35 tens. 4 times 8 is 32. We have 3 tens left, which will decompose into 31s, add to the 6 ones that are already there. And we can put 9 in each group. 9 times 4 is 36 with no remainder. Let's check with multiplication. 9 times 4 is 36. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 is 35. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And our answer checks out. Okay, let's look at number 2. There are twice as many cows as goats on a farm. All the cows and goats have a total of 1,116 legs. How many goats are there? Think about the problem. Draw a tape diagram. Figure the equations that you need to solve this problem. It is a multi-step problem. And figure out the answer. Okay, first of all, we're going to have to figure out how many animals there are. And we have a hint here because it tells us how many legs there are, and both cows and goats have 4 legs. So if we take the total number of legs, and we divide it into groups of 4, that would be 1 animal, we could figure out how many animals there are. So let's do that. Okay, we start with the thousands. I can't divide 1,000 into 4 groups, so I need to decompose it into hundreds and add it to the 100 that's already there. So now I have 11 hundreds. If I have 11 hundreds, I can put 2 in each group. So 2 times 4 is 8, which would leave me with 3 hundreds, which I can decompose into tens, into 30 tens, and add to the 1 10 that's there. So I now have 31 tens. If I do that, I can put 7 tens in each group. 7 times 4 is 28. That would leave me with 3 tens, which I can decompose into ones, 31s, and add to the 6 that are already there. So now I have 36 ones, which means I can put 9 in each group, and I will have used 36 ones with no remainder. So this tells me that I have 279 animals. Now, as a second tape diagram, I know that I have twice as many cows as goats. So I have this many cows and this many goats. So if I divide the number of animals I have into 3, I will know how many goats I have. So I look at the hundreds. I can't divide 2 hundreds into 3, so I'm going to decompose those into tens, and I now have 27 tens. I can put 9 in each group. 9 times 3 is 27, so I've used all my tens. I have 9 ones. I can put 3 in each group. 3 times 3 is 9, and I don't have a remainder. So I would have 93 goats and twice as many cows. And even though it doesn't ask us this, we could figure out how many cows we have now. 3 plus 3 is 6. 9 plus 9 is 18. So I would have 186 cows and 93 goats. So there are 93 goats would answer my question. And that's the end of lesson 29.